Dear Chairman, dear colleagues, in the next few minutes I'm going to talk about the analysis of energy consumption in the industrial sector in the European Union. The Energy Efficiency Directive sets the EU target for energy efficiency by 2020, which required a reduction of primary or final energy consumption by 20% compared to the projected levels for 2020 according to the baseline scenario of the European Commission since 2007. In December 2018, the European Parliament and the Council of the European Union adopted and revised the Energy Efficiency Directive, which sets the 2030 efficiency targets to be at least 32.5%. In this document, the energy efficiency is identified as a strong driver for achieving climate goals. Reducing energy consumption is said as a key building block in the Commission's proposal for a European strategic long-term vision for a prosperous, modern, competitive and climate-neutral economy. As a result of EU consistent policy between 1990 and 2016, the energy consumption was reduced by almost 2%, green gas emissions by 22%, while GDP increased by 54%. However, the analysis shows that achieved results are not sufficient to meet the objectives set in the adopted strategic documents. One of the sectors with large share in energy consumption is industry. The aim of this study is to analyze the dynamics of energy consumption and energy intensity of the European economy in the industrial sector of the EU member states. Bulgaria is one of the major energy consumptions and comparison between both. Depending on the needs of the research, different indicators can be used individually or in combination to clarify the existing dependencies, to highlight the regularities, and to draw conclusions about the trends. In the present study, the main indicators used are final energy consumption and energy intensity. Final energy consumption is the total energy consumed by end users, and it excludes energy used by energy sector, including deliveries and transformation. Energy intensity is one of the indicators to measure the energy needs of an economy and its ratio between the gross domestic energy consumption and gross domestic product, calculated per calendar year. It is often used as an approximation of energy efficiency. According to Eurostat, final energy consumption has been increasing slowly since 1994, reaching its highest level 991 megatons of oil equivalent in 2006. The reductions in 2011 and 2012 can be partly attributed to the reduced economic production due to the economic crisis, expressed by 0.4 contraction of real GDP in 2012 and continuing until 2014 reduction of meteorological conditions. After 2014, the trend changed as the final energy consumption in the EU again marked a positive growth, reaching 939 megatons of oil equivalent in 2018, which is only 0.1 lower compared to 2017 consumption. According to Eurostat, the largest final energy consumers in the EU are Germany, France, England, Italy. The figure here shows only the countries with annual consumption near or above 1,000 kilotons of oil equivalent. The information is summarized for the period 2009-2018 and clearly identifies the largest energy consumers in Europe. A breakdown of energy consumption by economic sectors in the EU shows an increase in the final energy consumption, which is growing at a slower pace than GDP. This is an indicator of the relative decoupling of energy consumptions from economic growth, which leads to a positive trend towards increasing the efficiency in European economies. For the period 2014 and 2017, the largest increase in energy consumption was observed in buildings, followed by transport and industry. For 2018, there is a decrease in energy consumption for almost all sectors except the transport sector. The figure shows that industry is the third largest sector in terms of energy consumption, which justifies the importance of monitoring and increasing energy efficiency in this industry. This figure represents the state of the final energy consumption by sectors indicated in the Bulgarian Integrated Plan in the field of energy and climate for 2021-2030. Thanks to the policy pursued in recent years for increasing the energy efficiency of buildings, the energy consumption in this sector is lower than the industry sector, opposite to the situation in EU. Despite the crisis that our economy has gone through, the energy consumption in this sector is growing, except in 2014, when there was a sharp decline, after which it began to grow again. One of the explanations for this fact is that the high energy consumption of production sector can be clearly established by the next indicator, energy intensity. According to the latest data published by the National Statistical Institute in 2018, there is a slight decline only in the transport sector, while in the other sectors it's an upward trend. The energy intensity is a good indicator for assessing energy consumption as well as for analyzing trends. In the period 1990 2018, in the EU there is a steady trend of decreasing energy intensity, 37% in total. There are various reasons for the improvement in the energy intensity. General shift from industry towards a service-based economy in Europe, performing less energy-intensive activities, and production methods within the industry, the closure of inefficient units, or the use of more energy-efficient appliances. All member states have reduced the energy intensity in this period, including Bulgaria, although our economy ranks first in this indicator. The analysis of energy intensity by sectors in the European Union shows fluctuations in the trend of the indicator, but the general tendency is for its decrease. A more gradual decline is in the industry sector, followed by the transport sector. In Bulgaria, the two sectors with the highest energy intensity are the industry and transport sectors. The figure represents a comparison of the index levels in Bulgaria and in the EU for the period 2010-2017, as the industry is the second largest according to the energy intensity. This determines its low economic efficiency. Despite a slight decline in energy intensity of the industry over the period under review, it remains well above EU values. The authors have analyzed data provided by various sources in the field of energy consumption in Europe, as well as the energy intensity of the industrial sector as a potential opportunity to increase the energy efficiency of the EU. Some differences were found in the published information in the sources, as well as differences in the indicators on which consumption is reported. An attempt to solve these problems was realized through the Odyssey Mirror European project. The analysis clearly shows that the constant decrease in energy consumption since 1990s is a result of a consistent long-standing EU policy to reduce energy consumption and increase energy efficiency as a part of a legislative measure to improve the climate and reduce the carbon footprint on the nature. There is a difference between the current state and the historically proven dependence of increasing energy consumption and increasing economic growth. This is observed in all EU member states. The analysis indicates that, unfortunately, the achievement of the targets for 2020 and 2030 will most likely not be met. In terms of final energy consumption, transport and households were found to be the most energy-intensive sectors in the EU, with industry remaining in third place. In Bulgaria, thanks to the policy for increasing energy efficiency in buildings pursued in the recent years, the household sector is in third place. The analysis of energy intensity shows that in the EU, the main energy-intensive sectors are households and services. In Bulgaria, they are transport and industry. In summary, the industry sector is a major consumer of energy, and there is a significant potential for energy efficiency in this sector. This also outlines the direction in which efforts should be directed to improve energy efficiency in the next period, 2021-2030. As proved so far, the industry ranks as one of the main sectors with high energy consumption and high energy intensity. Thus, legislative measures has to be taken to ensure the frequent monitoring and evaluation of energy consumption in the sector and ensuring proper measures are taken towards improving the state in order to achieve the 2030 targets. Thank you for your attention.